Good evening, everyone. Myself, Chirag Kalaria from Sourcing and Supply Chain, and I am today's host. I am welcoming you on behalf of SSC for this session. World-class manufacturing is from operations domain a very important topic, and since we are into a supply chain, it's also important for you, for all of us as well. So today we have our contributor as well as our own Mr. Jayant Chakraborty is with us, who is taking two sessions. First is today, and second one is on 8th of May at 7 p.m. on the same time. So we will understand all the concept as well as examples and application point of view as well as practical point of view. Mr. Jayanta Chakraborty is carrying 30 years plus experience in the field of materials management, and he is awarded as a best faculty in 2019 from Indian Institute of Materials Management, as well as he is a fellow of Engineering Institute of India as well. This is a brief introduction of Mr. Jayant Chakraborty, and now I will hand over to Mr. Jayant Chakraborty for this session. Sir, you also introduce yourself in details as well, so people can understand, and then we will start. Thank you all of you for joining us. Please, sir.
Good evening, everybody. This is Jayanta Chakraborty. I belong to West Bengal, but I'm settled in Ahmedabad. And during my course of journey of professional life, I started with National Thermal Power Corporation, that is NTPC now, followed by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, then GKW, and many other national and international companies. I left my service in 2016 because I wanted to venture my own, and since then I am absolutely a freelancer. My, you can say, my pastime hobbies are sharing whatever little experience I have with everybody, so that I can contribute to the my faculty, my uh, friends in this particular faculty, that is materials management. I am associated with Indian Institute of Materials Management, and currently I am pursuing PhD in again from Techno University Kolkata, doing my PhD on supply chain management on a particular subject. This is a brief introduction about myself. Uh, Now coming to this particular point, that why I have chosen this subject, that world class manufacturing. Um, this is nothing new now, but it is more relevant now because after this pandemic, or during this pandemic, the entire business scenario per se has changed completely, and supply chain management has taken a lead role in providing solution to all major commercial and technical issues in the whole world organizations. And world class manufacturing is teaching us both theory and practice, in terms of to starting with the formulation of the new thing, constructing the new thing, and then keeping the mind, the topmost is your customer satisfaction, and another topmost is your safety. In India, you know that safety always takes a backbencher, but in today's scenario, that is not so. The priority is safety. So I'll not take much of your time for introducing why I am taking this particular subject to deliver, and I'll continue with it. Let's start with the definition. Unless it is very clear that what it's meant for, I mean, it is meaningless to continue further. So, world class manufacturing is a concept. World class manufacturing is a principle. World class manufacturing is a policy. World class manufacturing are techniques, and these all are put together to to boost your manufacturing function in the organization, to streamline yourself to the common world and make yourself competitive in the global market. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. During the whole session of today's, I'll be explaining why and how the world-class manufacturing can be adopted. Let me state it very clear that there is no certification or there is no authentication of WCM certification in the whole world. It is up to you that how you are going to adopt it, whether you want to push your organization so that it is a world standard organization and you are globally competitive. Uh, Again, going to a little bit back foot, as I said, that supply chain management is a profession and they are taking a lead role. Now you might be wondering that why we should be considering ourselves contributing to the manufacturing or remodeling or whatever. In today's scenario, the or all the organizations are looking for is you are not a professional in purchase, you are not a professional in stores or inventory management or whatsoever. There are two aspects of you to be in the organization, whether you are contributing to the organization or you are liability to the organization. If you are contributing, you have to be very open in the sense that whatever challenges, whatever situations comes upfront, you are there to face it, take a solution provider role and give a solution to the growth or prosperity of the organization and overcoming those complexities. So that is why this is more important for all of us to be a participative candidate in the management team and contribute continuously. Now, what world-class manufacturing expects from you? It's zero incidents. That is, there is no failure. Maybe absenteeism, maybe your machineries, maybe your logistics equipments, maybe your material handling equipments, maybe the transition of your goods from one place to another. Second is zero defect. Whatever you are producing, it is first time right. That whatever you are producing, there is no mistake, no rejection, nothing. The product which comes out is sellable. Third, zero waste. That is, during or after manufacturing your product, you are not wasting anything. Whatever are coming out as a surplus to your product, you are effectively utilizing that resource in such a way that that gives a cost benefit to the organization. And last is zero stock. That is, you are not holding inventory, maybe finished good inventory or your raw material or WIP, that is work in progress. If you look at this particular model, it is very simple to look at, but it is very complex when you are trying to achieve it. So during this today's course, I will be explaining how to obtain this and what are the methodologies and how the different techniques are to be adapted to achieve these targets. In this world-class manufacturing, the technical pillars are, let me explain the model first. Whatever you do, you have some cost model that this is my total expenses to produce this. Okay, so that you are ascertaining whenever you are analyzing your product. That is as is study, we call it. Now, when you are doing the analysis, you are trying to identify that what macro category of loss have the priority. That is, you are analyzing the losses. That is, what are the losses, probable losses which are going to come up in producing a particular product. And out of these losses, what are the major ones or low hanging fruits which you can target at and contribute towards? Now, obviously, these are the four areas where you measure the losses. Like there is a material loss, there is a manpower loss, there is a loss due to method, and there is a loss due to machine. Attributes towards logistics and customer service, and here it is focused improvement. Now, how are you going to cover up this machine and man methods? These are workplace organization. That is, in workplace, you are trying to do that, trying to analyze what is the organization currently going on and what are the improvements you are trying to develop in it, keeping into mind that safety is your primary criteria, that you cannot avoid or bypass safety. You will prioritize safety, and then you carry out all these activities. Now, autonomous and professional management, that is the thing which are which are managing your machines and methods. So autonomous and professional management is your core competence, is your area, and where you are trying to improve yourself to achieve at your um, reduction of cost, that is cost deployment minimized. And people development, that is, say for example, in a workplace, you have got n number of machines in your shop floor, and these machines, there is no manpower. Will they work? Obviously no. So what you need to do is you have to have a team of people who are managing this show, maybe machine, maybe method, maybe this material. So these people are your assets, and you are trying to evaluate the possibility of getting better outcome of your people, whoever is available with you. Now, once you achieve this, maintaining the safety, what you do is, again, you are entering into a loop where you are going back to your improvement focusing, and then this cycle continues. You know, it is I mean, analyze, and then you improvise, and then again start analyzing that what else we can do so that I can get the best possible achievements. Now, again, you are trying to look at the micro categories, or the macro categories. What you have seen are reduced. If yes, then again you have started your looking at your cost deployment again, and this cost deployment again will give you a cycle. So this is a total prima facie phase of analyzing your organization and training up towards a global platform of competency. And the foremost and the topmost category will be, at the end of the day, your product quality control, so that you manage everything, but at the end of the day, if you make a wrong product or a defective product, then your quality control needs to be modified, and then this quality control will improve your product rejection rate and attributing towards zero rejection. Now, if you look at the global format, the world-class manufacturing has got two pillars. That is, one is technical pillar and another is managerial pillar. Whatever we have studied or discussed now are 10 technical pillars. That is, keeping safety at the top, that is the leftmost pillar, followed by cost deployment, where you are analyzing your cost. Then you are focusing your improvement plan. Then autonomous activities, that is your team and your production performance, and then followed by professional maintenance, that is there is zero maintenance or zero breakdown of your entire machinery. Then quality control is definitely a big chunk of activity where you are reducing your rejection, attributing towards zero reduction. Then logistics is the area where you are functionally improving your product from A to B, or you are getting the material from A to B. Then early equipment maintenance, early equipment management. This is your preventive maintenance of your machineries, which gives you nothing but efficient machine performance at the end of the day. And people development is your key area where you are training up your manpower so that they contribute exceptionally good during the performance. And at the end of the day, uh, environment is a big thing. That is the place where we live, that we are doing whatever we are doing, we are not spoiling our environment, keeping it intact. So these are all 10 technical pillars. And now at the bottom, these are all your managerial pillars. These managerial pillars I'll be explaining one by one in next few slides. If you look at this model, I have started with safety. So that means this whole model starts keeping safety at the topmost priority. Okay. Now comes total quality management. That is, total quality management does not talk about only the product quality. It is overall productivity of your organization, including the performance of your manpower, performance of your machines, and all. I'll explain and I'll define what TQM is at the end of this session so that your concept is very clear. Now, in this particular model, what we are trying to achieve is this. TIE is total industrial engineering. What you are going to do in this, that is workplace organization. The first concept is total industrial engineering, and you are analyzing cost in this particular field. And how are you going to do it? It is through workplace organization, that you have studied your current environment and then you are improvising your organization so that you get a better productivity. Next is total quality control. This is a quality activity where you are ascertaining the product of your quality, which has to be a world-class one, and it has to be your competitors' quality parameter. It's not yours, so that you can beat your competitor at least at par level, not below. Then your TPM, that is total productive maintenance, that is you are maintaining your machines and plants and the whole functional machinery so that you do not lose any time towards breakdown. And this is done by the maintenance team. And JIT, of course, we all know that just in time, this is nothing but the supply chain scenario of your organization, where you are trying to get your inventory exactly when it is needed at the shop floor and not keeping any stock. And this is done by your supply chain people. We call it logistics. Now, what are the focuses? If you look at it, the focus is, by doing this, you are increasing your productivity. That is, TIE is attributing towards increasing your productivity. TQC, that is total quality control, is attributing towards quality improvement. Total productive maintenance is increasing your technical efficiency. Just in time is increasing your on time delivery. That is, when you want, you get it, or when your customer wants, they get it. And if you recollect my first slide, this shows zero waste, zero defects, zero failure, and zero stock. So if your productivity you are increasing, your objective is to zero down your wastage. I have got a different slide where I'll explain you what is lean manufacturing and what is zero waste. When you are focusing towards quality improvement, your objective is to reduce the defect into zero, that is zero defect. When your technical efficiency is enhanced, the failure is zero, that is there is no failure in terms of your machineries and equipments. And when you are achieving towards GIT, you are focusing towards on-time delivery, and your objective is to get zero stock, that is you don't maintain any inventory. And what is the value chain? Value chain is people involvement, value creation, and customer satisfaction. Obviously, when you are doing this is a systems approach, that you are continuously approaching with all the departments. It's not only the single department, it is all the department approaching towards perfection in the organization. Objective is zero waste, zero defect, zero failure, zero stock. And how are you achieving it? You are developing your people. So the value addition is your people development, value addition is your value creation, and ultimately it's aiming down to your customer satisfaction. Now, I will explain a particular scenario, that is where your organization fit in or where your organization want to go into. This is a X and Y axis, and in one side we are talking about process change in X axis, and in Y axis we are attributing product change. So what are we basically look at is, when there is no process change, your system is stable. When there is a process change, your system is dynamic. Similarly, when there is a product change, there is no product change, your system is stable. And when there is a product change, the system is dynamic. So we have got 4 attributes in this variable, that is stable. Now I will give few examples, and before that I would request you to contribute towards your checkbox in your chat box. I request you to let me know that who brought revolution in car industry in India, which company. Please write it down very fast in 1 or 2 minutes. Absolutely, absolutely. Maruti Suzuki. Absolutely correct. Thank you. Now, my second question is: do you know in which year Maruti sold their first car? Which year? Absolutely. You guys are quite knowledgeable. It is 1983. There are a couple of guesses, but the exact date is 14th of December 1983, when the then chairman of Maruti Udyog Limited, that time that was MUL, handed over the first car to Mrs. Indira Gandhi, our then president, then Prime Minister, and the first car sold was at 47,500 rupees. And then he said that we are producing in India one car in 800 minutes. His target was in 1984, he will produce 20,000 car. In 1985, he will produce 40,000 car. and in 1988 he will produce 1 lakh car. Anyway, these are all statistics. I don't want to go into, but again, now let me explain this fast. The first quadrant said that this is stable, and it is showing that it is mass production. What does it mean? That I am trying to explain you that what are the conditions of market so that your organization can go into mass production. Let us give an example of Maruti. Maruti started their function or production in 1983. Again, I'll request you to in your chat box, which year the first Maruti competitor, the first competitor of Maruti came into force, and what is the name of the competitor? In which year first competitor of Maruti came into play, that is launched their first car, and what is the name of the competitor? Kindly respond. No, not Indica, not Fiat. Fiat was a good old company. Yes, Hyundai, correct. And one more was there. Can you name that company? Opel, yes. But again, Opel was a company, Opel was a car which was sedan. But if you really look at Santro is the model of the car, it is Hyundai, yes. But the second competitor came into picture, that is Matisse, Daewoo Motors. In 1998, they launched Matisse in India in competing Maruti 800, and Santro in 1998 Hyundai Santro. That is, in 1998, both of the car manufacturer launched their competition in the market. So what happened during this period, 1983 and 1998? How many years? It is 15 years. So during these 15 years, Maruti was the only car manufacturer in this segment. So therefore, what was their condition? There was no competition. That is, they were not feeling any requirement for product change, and they were not feeling any requirement for their process change. So in that particular scenario, it was stable. So what did they do? They did mass production. Now the concept is very clear. So mass production is a kind of scenario where you are not feeling any threat, is as simple as that. That is threat in terms of change of product, threat in terms of cost reduction. So if you are leading the market, if you are the only operator, then whatever price you offer, people are going to buy. They don't have choice. And you also don't feel the heat because there is a tremendous amount of demand in the country. People are buying product as it is without complaining. Now coming to the second scenario. That is, there is a process change, but the product change, there is no requirement of product change. Say for example, earlier we were producing car without any emission control. Now suddenly government realized that okay, it is creating problem, it's polluting environment. So therefore I would like to introduce some device which will reduce the pollution level made by the car. So what do? You try to change the process slightly so that you are accommodating that catalytic converter inside the car in the silencer box, so that you get a reduced pollution level made by the car. So what happened is your product is same, but your process is slightly changed. So what happened is the situation is called dynamic stable, and what happened is it is a continuous improvement. So you have introduced the catalytic converter, and you keep on improving it so that you get a better quality of emission control, right? Now your Santro, your Matis are there in the market as competitor. Then what will happen? Your 800 is no more a prime product. You might be looking for a car which is AC, which has got power steering, which has got power window, which has got so many gizmos. So you are facing a threat by the competitor. You are making your product same, but your process same, but you are making your product different. So what you got into the market? You got 3-4 similar kind of cars. Like you got Wagoner, you got Swift, you got maybe I'm just giving few examples. So your product changed. So you have launched more cars. So this is a third dimension of your dynamism, and this is a continuous process. This keeps on happening in the market, because now you are in a global market, you are sitting in a competitive mode. You have to change your product continuously to beat your competitor or to meet the market demand. So this is the third scenario, where it is stable dynamic, or you are doing mass customization in the car. The customization is towards making a different model. And then the most viral one, the dynamic kind of scenario, where both are changing, that your product is also changing, your process is also changing. Say for example, today's requirement is a battery operated car. It's a completely different ball game, nothing to do with whatever car you are manufacturing so far. So this requires innovation. So now I feel that you are now understanding that how are you going to judge your own particular organization, whether it is in mass production stage, it is in continuous improvement stage, or it's a mass customization stage, or it's in an innovation stage. Okay, so if you get this feel fast, then only you can understand that look, my organization is in this platform now, and I have to improve my productivity or whatever, so that I become a global operator. Now, manufacturing strategy development process. These are different steps by which you are developing your strategy. The first and foremost point is examination of your strategic position. That is, where are you at the moment? As I said in my previous slide, that you are determining where are you now. Second is setting up the planning team. That is, you have planned that I want to grow, I want to go global. So I need a team who will lead us to go into a global kind of scenario. So you are setting up a team. Now, assessment of the company's current manufacturing capacities. That is, whatever you do, you have to understand that where are you standing on. So you have to do the groundwork first, that this is my ground and this is how I am working at. So you analyze it, and then you find out that this is my platform. Second is assessing the competition. That is, who are my potential competitor? What are they buying? What are they selling? How inferior or superior their products are in comparison to me. So this is again study to benchmark yourself, that this is where we are. Then next is creating your future plan. Now you understand that the global market is going in this direction and I am here. So you are creating a future path plan, that I have to do this to achieve this. Next, setting manufacturing objectives. That it's not only you are determining that whatever is done by your team is the plan. Now you have to set up the objectives also, that if I do this manufacturing, so this will be my benchmark. These are the machines and equipments I need. Then developing an objective achievement plan and identify the necessary tools. That is, the tools means the management techniques which you need to adopt to go to that particular 0000 kind of scenario. Then, sorry, gaining top management commitment. That is, once you have completely done, this is up to this part, you are doing your homework. And then once you have chalked out that this is my goal, this is my objective, this is how I'm going to go with, this is the team who is going to implement. So your planning is completely done exhaustively. You are ready with your team, and now you are approaching your management that look, this is the plan, this is where we want to go, this is the cost deployment, these are the capital goods I'm going to buy, and then get approval from the management that yes, the management is agree with this for adapting this change, evaluating the market, evaluating the competition, and evaluating future plan. Then creating the implementation program. Now, once you are through with the management, you are ready to go ahead and you launch your activity. Now I am explaining one by one what I have the points what I have given there. When you are examining the strategic positions, what are you looking into? First of all, you have to check what are the strengths and weaknesses of your organization. You may be a good manufacturer, but your machines are old. So this is your weakness. You have to improve your machines or make it automatic or semi-automatic so that your productivity increases. As an example, industry basis of competition. So if what are the equipments or what are the facilities your competitors have, which you don't have, that you have to analyze. Global competitive position, that your product is competitive to global scenario, or it is inferior or superior or what. And if you want to do global competitiveness, achieve global competitiveness, what you need to do? Industry structure and dynamics. This is of the industry of your entire product. If you are in plastic industry, then you have to understand what is the plastic industry and this particular product what you are making, and the dynamics. Say for example, plastic industry is very much dependent on the cost of the resin. If the cost of resin goes high, and it fluctuates, as you know, it's a petroleum product and the price changes every day. So there is a different dynamics. Whereas if you make some kind of, if you are going to make a capital equipment, then your dynamics will be completely different. Creating the future path, that is analyzing this, and now you plan accordingly that what you need to do next. And this is very important, that industry maturity, meaning the industry in which I am into, whether it is just started or it has got a long history. Say for example, now I see that there are lot many breathing product, oxygen generating product which are coming into the market, which was not at all there even 6 months back, 4 months back. This is happening because there is a demand. So if you look at into this industry maturity is almost zero. So you do not have any data or parameter or statistics to look into. You cannot do data mining. Therefore, the more the maturity of the industry, the more is your capability of understanding, analyzing, data mining, get an accurate resolution. So this is very important for analyzing, examining the strategic position. Next is steering up the planning team. In most of the organizations, I've seen that whatever team they form into, the most incompetent people goes into that. Because see, I'm a head in supply chain management. Okay, in SCM department, if someone wants that, look, I want the best guy from your department, will you ever um, spare your best guy to for a planning or this kind of activity? The answer would be definitely no. May I have your answers? If you are asked to give your best guy for a development program and he will be taken for 6 months, 1 year from your team, will you allow or will you not? Please give me a response in yes or no. Yes, obviously. You will definitely not like your best man to go out. So if all the departments give no, and if management forces them to give a person, to whom will you try to spare? The most efficient one or the most idle or reluctant one? Is it ideal, idle, or reluctant? Please respond. Idle or reluctant? No, sorry. It's a best person or the spareable person. Again, I'm asking, making the question once more. Yes, it's a spareable person. So therefore, if you make a team of who is going to spearhead the future of your organization, that will be made by all rejects. What will be the result? Therefore, this is very important that well-known power base or authority is must, and then authority for action orientation is must. So therefore, you have to sacrifice as a future driver of the organization, take more load on your shoulder, and give your best person for netting your best world-class organization and empower them. This is most important, that every now and then he will not come back to you asking his decision or validating his decision whether it is right or wrong. And if he is best, he will be definitely action oriented. Third is, the person should have adequate knowledge of the organization's business. I have seen many people who even does not know that what the company makes, that is what it sells. I do not know. I am in purchase department, I purchase. Whatever intent comes, I make the purchase order, get the material in the warehouse. My activity or my work is limited to this. If this kind of employee is there, you are nowhere. Therefore, the person, in fact, this is a little advice to all of you, that please force them to go to the finished goods area where the packing is going on, where the material is assembling, where your finished products is getting assembled. This is a very important thing to know for each and every person in the organization. You know why? The reason is you feel pride when you see your finished product. Let me tell you very honestly. You feel proud when you are looking at the finished product, because the finished product is ultimately projecting you as a company. Like if someone is working in Amul, he will come stand up front and say, I work in Amul, because he has seen his product in the market in so many places. But if you don't know your product, you do not know where it is in the market, you cannot identify your product. So you cannot feel proud of it. So therefore, the sense of belongingness has to come into each and every employees of the organization. It may be world-class organization, may not be, but this feel has to come in everybody's mind. Next, integrity, trust, respect, and credibility. See, if you are good in the organization, these all are your bonuses, are your ornaments, which are given by your colleagues, your subordinates, and your bosses. So these four things, if you have, then you must consider you as an efficient person in the organization. That is integrity, trust, respect, and credibility. That is, you have weight in whatever you say. That you have importance in the organization. That whatever you say in a meeting or in a kind of scenario, your saying are weighted with a value, and this value comes from these four criteria, and you feel proud that you have all these four criteria. People will honor you. And inclination to learn, grow, and change. If you have these four categories, now if you are identified, then these three has to be within you, which will automatically come within you. That is inclination to learn. You are a good learner. You want to grow in the organization, and you are a change media in the organization. That you look forward, you find alternatives, that how I can improve my work, my organization's work, how I can enhance the profitability of the organization, how I can reduce the cost of purchase, cost of manufacturing in the organization, like that. And planning team should consist of all these departments: production, quality, purchasing, HR, distribution, marketing, PPC, accounting, finance. Accounting and finance is must, because they are the people who always evaluates your projects or your achievements in terms of financial gain or losses within the organization. Assessment, manufacturing capacity. Uh, these are the three things which you always look at in or you get married into. That is, one is cost, another is technology, and third is supply chain. If you integrate these three pillars, you can have a better manufacturing capacity. Cost is where you are trying to reduce it. Technology is where you are trying to improve it, and supply chain is where you are trying to optimizing it. Then this consists of lead time, vendor base. This is a very important thing, because they are your vendor base is nothing but your life partner in your organization. They are your support chain, supply line. Then material flow, they control, not you. Material flow is controlled by your supplier and not by yourself, because you are limited to give them order. They are the executor, not you. Therefore, supply chain takes a very crucial role in your capacity enhancement or capacity improvisation. And your distribution channel, of course, is a very important area where you contribute more. Now, I said that I'll explain something on waste management. Again, I request you to please tell me in the chat box that according to you, what are the wastages in the organization? According to you, what are the wastages in an organization? Okay, extra processing, idle time, waiting, motion. Absolutely fantastic. Overproduction, perfect. Excess inventory, okay. Movement, yes. Improper work allocation, okay, fine. Time, inventory, intellectual waste, yes. Fantastic. Appreciate. Now, uh, Shingo has given a very clear definition of what waste is. It's very simple. Waste is anything that does not add value to the product or service. Or waste is something that is something which is not which is not being paid by the customer. As simple as that. Any wastage, customer is not going to pay. So that is another definition of wastage. Let's find out what are the wastages. Inventory. Someone said yes. Many people have said inventory. If it is excess, it's of no use. Waiting. If it is if I'm waiting, I'm wasting my time. It's time wastage. Defects is a deadly wastage that you cannot do anything with it. It's just simply have to throw it off. Overproduction. This happens due to over enthusiasm, or sometimes some organizations save idle time by doing this, but this is critical offense, because once you produce something, you cannot go back to the raw material. If it is in raw material stage, you have got flexibility. If you convert it into a finished product, you are nowhere. You cannot use it again. So you have to wait till the next order comes. Motion. In anything which is not required, but you are doing it in terms of movement, is redundant, is a waste of rejection. Definitely is a wastage. Transportation. It's a hidden wastage. Hidden. Let me tell you. For transportation, nobody wants to pay. Believe me. But it is required. That's why people are forced to pay. And then the negotiation takes place here in transportation. In most of the cases, you find out that if you are in supply chain, first of all, when you are with your supplier for negotiation, what is the area you attack first? That you absorb transportation cost. I am not going to pay. Right or wrong? Yes or no? That you tell your supplier that you absorb your transportation cost. So obviously, yes, everybody says yes. So you are not ready to pay transportation cost. Then who pays? It is paid from the manufacturer's pocket. So therefore, you try to reduce transportation as much as you can by scheduling, by streamlining, by optimizing. Say, for example, a trailer can load 20 ton. Okay, the trailer can if you even if you load 16 ton, even if you load 10 ton, the trailer will move up, but they will not charge you 10 ton. They will charge you for 20 tons only. So by telling you optimizing it, what I'm trying to impress upon you is you to load the trailer up to the last gram, so that there is no excess cost you are going to incur by loading it. So this is a lesson for you to follow. And then over processing, this is again a hidden information. What do you do in over processing? That you adapt certain movements or certain operations for a particular product which is not called for, but you are doing it because your methods study, your that work chart says that. So the PPC team sitting over there can definitely scrutinize this particular thing, that what are the processes I am following and whether it is over or under processed. So this is very important. Next, future product or process, technology transfer feasibility, roadmap for capacity creation to compete global market. What proven technology exists? That is the technology what you are utilizing now. You may be planning of scrapping it. Then What next? What are the technologies available which is more superior and available in the market? That you study, and how those tools to be used to achieve a competitive advantage in manufacturing. So these are the attributes. There are a couple of activities, like you are studying the capacity, you are studying the facilities, you are reviewing the technology, you are a vertical integration. This I would like to explain in 1 or 2 minutes. Again, I'm giving you an example of automotive industry, because automotive industry are the leader who has really contributed towards this. So vertical integration, if you look at previous pre-Maruti era, there were only two companies who were manufacturing cars in India. One is Premier Auto, another is Hindustan Motors. I have personally visited Hindustan Motors facility, where I have seen that they have got everything. They have got Ford shop, they have got body shop, they have got paint shop, they have got steering wheel assembly, they have got, so many things. And they used to make everything. They used to make wheel hub, they used to make the axle, they used to make engine block and whatnot. Even the gearbox they used to make. Now, in today's scenario, you think that is it possible for any car manufacturer to make everything? It is absolutely impossible. So what they do is they do outsourcing. So vertical integration is a kind of organization who makes everything in-house. It is just opposite to lean manufacturing. And then you evaluate your workforce, you evaluate your quality policy and improvise upon it. Then you take it into our production, then planning, then you evaluate your material cost, and ultimately organization gets the achievement. Apart from that, there are certain things you have to consider, that the new product what you are going to make, what is the lead time, whether your customer is going to wait for that or not. Inventory turnover ratio, you all know, that is the cost of sales divided by your average inventory holding. The ratio gives your inventory turnover ratio. And if your inventory turnover is 12, that means you are holding 1 month's inventory. Manufacturing lead time, that is how long you take to manufacture that particular product. Flexibility, that your facility, how flexible are you to accept customers changes. Customer service, that is, if customer wants some help from you, or some defect has observed, or some malfunction, or they don't want to understand the operations, then how prompt are you to provide service to the customer? Waste management, I have already said. And return on assets, that is most important, because you are investing capital in that. So how and when are you going to get the return of whatever you have invested? That has to be analyzed. Best practices. Now, I will not explain the meaning of all this today, because today we are running out of time. In next session, I'll try to explain. But let me tell you all these points one by one. These are the tools which can help you achieving all these 4 zeros: Kaizen, lean manufacturing, Six Sigma, just in time, Kanban, TQM, 5S, total productive maintenance, is called TPM, 3M of lean manufacturing, and last is POKE. So these are the couple of tools, and you won't believe all are initiated by Toyota Motors, all. And that surprised me a lot. And Toyota Motors did a wonder in modern manufacturing techniques. Now these are the combination of models what you can look into. There are a couple of models available. You can go through the websites also. That these are the principles, and these are the people who introduced them. Is a combination of all the tools what I have explained in the previous slide. Sharma and Kodai model, that is TQM, TPM, JIT, and Lean. These are the four things they have adopted to achieve the world-class manufacturing. Nichappan model is TPM, 6 Sigma, and Lean. Gandhi and et al. Gandhi and there are associates of Gandhi. There are 4 5 names in that. They have introduced lean, flexible manufacturing, agile manufacturing, innovation, and R&D. And Okuvat is lean, 6 Sigma, TPM, and JIT. And Dudek model has got only TPM and 6X. So that means you need not have to think that you have to take all the management tools to achieve or get into your WCM or 4 zeros kind of scenario. You have to take any of them depending on how ready your organization is and what are the areas. If you recollect my second or third slide where I mentioned that technical tools, and before that I mentioned that these are the methods by which you do the analysis. So by analyzing that, you decide that what are the tools and techniques you are going to adopt to go achieve that cost reduction target. With this, I am concluding today, and now we are open for taking questions and answers.
Thank you, Jain sir, for such a wonderful presentation and give us opportunity to understand what in and out of world-class manufacturing. One request from our end is that what are the best practices in WCM which we have not discussed today shall be taken care of in the second session, because those are very important points, and Toyota got a very good success by using those tools. So we will present those tools to audience. That's a request from SSC.
Okay. Okay,
And
right.
now we can start with a question and answer session. Who wants to ask can put their question in the chat box. The first question is how to observe and do analysis of competitors' action.
See, what by if you try really look into the competitors' activity, you have to have some industrial intelligence.
Right.
You have your own marketing team, right? So they are constantly in touch with their own competitors wherever they go for negotiation. And let me tell you, they have got very good relation with all those guys. So that is the key area of espionage, of getting inputs from them. And the second area is your purchase department. When you are involving your purchase department, that purchase department can always buy something from your competitor. Nobody is holding them, right?
Correct.
So when you are doing that, you are getting lot of inputs, because if purchase asks something, the supplier always succumb to give that input readily.
True.
Therefore, these are the two areas by which you can get inputs from your supplier, from your competitors. And the third one is definitely the data mining, where you get all the published data in the market, and then you analyze that.
Thank you, sir. The second question is from Ditiman Mukherjee. He is asking what is the best tool to start with in a new manufacturing unit in product development stage, 5S or lean manufacturing?
See, I would like to say that you first study your methods department. Most of you do not know what methods department is. That is nothing but who does the routing of your product from A to B.
Right.
Okay. if you do this analysis now, you will find that there are lot many loopholes in between, lot many waiting in between, where the or maybe idle time that will cover by the methods analysis. So when you do the flow chart of your material from raw material to finished stage, you please understand each and every stages and do the time study without going into 5As whatever. See, Six Sigma 5As are very good. Once your manpower is established, they have completely understood your production thing, and they are accustomed to that. If it is a new organization, it is new for them as well. What they will contribute? Is it understood?
Yes, maybe clear. Sir, please stop the screen sharing so we can check out the people and we can ask them to questions by their own only. So
Okay.
they can give feedback on the answers also.
Sure.
Please stop the screen sharing from your end.
Okay. I don't think there is any further questions.
No, no, there are questions. You please stop screen
Okay.
share so people can be viewed in a large window and they can ask the
Okay.
question.
Okay. Let me do that. This again is, it's a unknown area. Uh,
This share screen button is there. You
okay.
just
Hi.
need to
Yes.
just click on that and stop.
Hmm.
Okay, no issue. We
Yeah.
can directly also ask them. Rohit has asked that what is the ideal time horizon for to achieve the WCM?
Uh, WCM, you can start it from yesterday, today, any day. There's no ideal time. Only thing is you have to keep it into your mind that yes, I want improvisation. I want to be a global competitor. So this is what you have to determine, and then you can start jump into it. There's no nothing like ideal time. Any time is ideal.
Okay. Uh,
So,
and
my question
yeah,
was related to defining the
time horizon.
timelines to
Hmm.
complete the actions that we take up as a part of WCM.
Okay.
So, what timeline we should look at? So, if I am starting from today, should I
Uh,
look for next 1 year, 2 year, or 3 years? How it should be?
if you take my opinion, I would say that you first try with the low hanging fruits. That is where the improvement can be seen very quickly. The result can be shown to the management very quickly, and then you try to achieve that. Ideally speaking, there is nothing, no timeline as such, but normally what people look into is it's a continuous process. So if you really want to start your activity, you take maybe a timeline of 6 months, and in these 6 months, what best you can do, and then you can stretch it upon. So it is a stage A, stage B, stage C. In many organizations, I have seen that they have started adopting 3Ms, 5As kind of thing. So once they have achieved 3M or 5As, they go for Six Sigma or Poke UK or lean manufacturing kind of that. So it is not mandatory that you have to take all the 5 or all the 10 tools simultaneously. Say, let me tell you one thing, that your shop floor is very dirty, and there are lot many hand tools or small tools which are distributed to your workmen, which is not coming back frequently. This is a cost, obviously, because every day your workmen are coming to your stores and asking for new tool. So you want to organize your shop floor in such a way that you make a tool crib inside the shop floor, where you give the tools on a regular basis and take it back at the end of the shift. So if you do that, then you implement 3M in the shop floor. So they look at the product, they find that this is available, they take it, this is not available, and then they take what is not available with them. So I'm giving a very simple example, a small example, where you can improvise your shop floor. And you know one thing, that if you see that your workplace is getting cleaner, or it is looking better day by day, you have a tendency of maintaining it on a regular basis by the person who is the process owner, not by third one. Because in large organization, what happens is the housekeeping is a different staff. They come and clean it. So if the housekeeping is not keeping service is not there, your shop floor is dirty. But if I can generate this attitude within the people that I will keep my machine area or my area clean, it is my responsibility. So you are not dependent on your house staff, house cleaning staff. So
Maybe
you
we
are
can
responsible for your own cleanliness and you maintain it.
maybe we can
That is
plan
how
some
you
short
implement.
term and medium term and long term strategies also.
Absolutely. But normally what happens is management, first of all, when they have given some task to you, management normally tries to see that how fast the success comes. So my suggestion is you take some low hanging fruits and then show quick result, and then go into a more complicated or complex solutions. So by doing this, you
True.
are gaining confidence of management. So you can ask for budget and you can ask for more expenses on that. This is a practical solution.
Rohitji, is your answer?
Yes. Yeah, understood.
You got it? Good. Hinal, please ask your question. Hinal is there. She has asked how to optimize production to minimize the inventories.
Uh, the simplest answer is you have to have a very good planning system and forecasting system, so that you go into the GIT kind of scenario, you will reduce your inventory to 0. So you need to have a very robust forecasting system, and you have to have a robust supply chain management system into place to maintain zero inventory.
True. Surendra, you may ask your
The
question.
robust.
Sorry, sir. Surendra, you
Yeah.
may ask your question. Surendra has asked that would all tools
Surendra is a good friend of mine. Would all tools and techniques be acceptable to all industries? No.
applicable to all industries?
If you recollect my last slide, where, yeah, if you recollect to my last slide, I have shown you a couple of models where nobody is showing that all tools are necessary. It is up to your organization. What are the tools will give you the result that your team should define and identify, and then adopt that.
Okay. And the second question he has asked for is how do you see the change in role of prominence of WCM in new normal?
This I will explain in the next session. I have got a long thing to discuss in the next session. This I will explain, because today I am in the theory itself.
Okay. The next question is from
Can
Harshika.
you,
Yeah,
Harshika? Yeah.
can you please
Can you please
elaborate
elaborate
more on benchmarking
more on
and
benchmarking?
how companies in India used benchmarking as a turnaround tool?
I do not understand what you meant by benchmarking. If you mean benchmarking in terms of improvement, then it is irrespective of countries. It is up to your organization where you want to go. If you really want to benchmark that I want to become a global player, then your benchmarking will be some A. And if you want to become a global leader, then your benchmarking will be A plus delta. So it depends on what exactly you are looking at. So you have to identify your goals very clearly. the goals will lead into, the objective will lead into your benchmarking process. Like if you want to enhance your process capability, so if you want to enhance that, then you have to either you have to buy machines, or you have to make some different methods, or both, to make it happen. So therefore, this is a benchmarking for you, that this is the parameter on which I'm going to operate on next such and such months, and you improve upon it.
Okay.
And please be sure that method and operation both goes hand in hand
True.
simultaneously.
One more question is how to know if a product is over processed.
Methods engineering is the tool. You see, you have to okay, let me tell you one thing. Say for example, you have a tire puncture. You have gone to a shop for repairing it. Do everyone follow the same method of repairing? Obviously no. Somebody will do some A process, somebody will do B process, somebody will do the C process. So you can see that which one is the best fit, or which one gives you the most efficient in terms of time and in terms of economy. Then you adapt that. So this is the method study.
Okay. Anyone wants to give any feedback on this session? Then they can give a quick feedback in a minute or two. Then we will wrap up. If anyone have a question, please ask. Or anyone wants to give any feedback, then you may share your feedback as well. Any improvement suggestion or anything you want us from our end, then you can suggest. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chakraborty,
Namaskar,
hello.
sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Good
Namaskar. How are
evening.
you?
I'm good. Good.
It was
Boliye, sir.
it was nicely covered. It was very well covered. As for theory, as you said, we'll be waiting for
Yes,
the
sir.
next practical session after a week. And I think attendance is very
Yes.
good.
Yes.
And your talk and technical things and subject-wise knowledge is actually really appreciable. We appreciate actually your this session. Very nicely you have prepared. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your feedback. Anyone else?
I think Mr. Khandelwal and Devdar is there. Khandelwal ji from Jaipur.
Yeah, Surendra is there.
Yeah, Surendra ji also there.
One more feedback is we'll like some more real life case studies. Surely we will cover that. Sir, please.
In the next session.
Next session,
Yes.
try to cover more case studies. Okay, then. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jayan sir. Thank you everyone for joining us in this difficult time, and we pray to God
Thank
that
you.
we will come out of this pandemic soon and come to our routine life. Thank you all for joining us. Good night and have a great weekend.
Yeah, sir, it's can I speak?
Yeah, sure, Anand.
Yeah, Jayan sir and Chirag, thank you very much. It's a very nice session. Many points learned. Okay, and would be like to wait for the new session as it's request to make the case studies, cover the case studies. So it would be a great learning.
I would try to in next session because see mostly I am sharing the concept. So I would try to make one or two case studies there to
Yeah.
make you understand the more elaborately.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great session. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anand. Okay, good night. Bye.
Good
Good
night. Bye.
night.
Good night.